OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate. Niggas don't know what to think. Thought I get money, you change. What you thought we was the same? Still stay away from them clones. Niggas that leave me alone. Talking about niggas is low. Run with niggas who don't know you. Whoa, I make that zagging when city to city. You niggas not hot in your state. If it was money to get a hit Henny, we get it and never complain. Same go for the gang, and we split it up all the same. I can't really eat, let's stay straight, cause we go way back in the day. My day ones from back in the day, they still hang around me today. You wanna come round us, you can't. I'm rolling up loud, it's great. Lil' mama, she bad but complain, cause I'm too in love with my dreams. And I gotta get on the plane, and go get this money with them. I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang.
I get the bag with the gang, taking that Zach to the bank. Henny be all in my drink. You niggas is stupid, you think that should change? You not even hot in your gang. Ain't nothing even hot about your gang. You niggas be lying about saying, be posting them pictures of guns for the fame. Niggas just look at me different now. Say that's your man, but he a clown. But fuck around with the fuck arounds. Little nigga, you should cut it out. Me and my niggas take different routes. Punch a bitch nigga all in his mouth. Hold up my nigga, we different now. I need a Robert, this is my style. I get a check today, I spent it all tomorrow. I get a bitch today, she probably a foreign model. I get a check today, I spent it all tomorrow. I'm with my gang today, tomorrow never promise.
OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang.
Attention, please. Please do not smoke in the terminal building. Smoking is only permitted in the specified smoking areas.
Zach. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang, gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate. Niggas don't know what to think. Thought I get money, you change. What you thought we was the same? Still stay away from them clones. Niggas that leave me.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives the girls wild. I got the moves that really move them. I see chills up and down their spines. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'll make them hot. I'll make them shiver. Their knees get weak whenever I'm around. The ceiling warm. They hear me talk. I'll make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. hands off the merchandise. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Welcome everybody to a special edition of the Pocket Locker Podcast. I am your host with the most, all the way from the East Coast. And as always, folks, I am in airplane mode. What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great program scheduled for you today. The late night crew is here. Sam is here. He's just finishing up his breakfast / lunch / you settled in? You feeling good? You settled? You feeling stuffed? You feeling good? You ate? The main man, Jewish Space Lasers in the house. The Refiners Fires here. The sexiest championship in the history of word wrestling entertainment, that being Liberty Bell. The United States Championship is here. The Refiners Fire. Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. The one-hit wonder is in the building. Matter of fact, it's so nice I had to do it twice. Double airplane mode. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into our communion so we can go ahead and get into our program. Let me change my screen real quick. Whew. Oh, man, a lot of exciting shit going on. Got a lot of time living in the moment. Like, it's hot in here. We can turn the heat off. All right. Let us go ahead and start our show. Y'all know I got my Darwin mug out. Please raise your glasses and hold on to your asses. Through him, with him, in the unity of the flying man. All glory and honor is yours who fight for our sins forever and ever. You may drink. Oh, that whiskey's serious. Nice. We're going to switch it up. Melody Joy is in Gather With Me. UC Love is in here. Appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and do our communion song for today. We're going to go with the Foy Vance cover of Where Everybody Knows Your Name. It's our theme song from Cheers. Speaking of which, it's going to be an early stream for me today. We got a lot of studio renovations going on. And so we will probably just hang out and gather most of the afternoon and all night and overnight like we always do. We just been and gathered. We just finished watching. I literally just finished the last movie 5 or 10 minutes before I started the show. So did y'all miss movie night last night? That's on you. Are you going to miss movie night tonight? That's on you. But nah, seriously, we do watch Cheers. We're also watching Weeds. If you got another favorite show you think we should check out, I think we're going to start watching the new Game of Thrones prequel soon. We'll get caught up on that. We can watch whatever the hell we want. I also probably watch some Thursday Night Football maybe. But yeah, y'all got to come link up with the gang.
Going to play us out. Foy, you're going to play what to finish us up?
Do you know what? I don't know the name of this song, actually, but I know the song, and so will you.
Look forward to this. Foy Vance, take it away.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Well, all those nights when you got no lights and the check is in the mail, and your little angel on the countered by its tail. Your third fiancé didn't show. Well, sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Put your lighters up.
And you're always glad they came. You wanna be where you can see troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Well, you get out of bed and the coffee's dead. The morning isn't looking bright.
Oh, yeah?
You shrink right off to Europe and he doesn't even write.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up with James.
Your girlfriend says she's not a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world.
Alright, you see love was first.
Everybody knows your name. And
$1 million pocket change, thank you. Logan Fisher was second, $500,000 pocket change, thank you.
Troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. You wanna be where you can see troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Foy Vance. Most common word coming in by text, Foy, is goosebumps. Believe it or not, we've had that repeatedly across the whole series. If you want to see Foy Vance's cheeky grin when he sang the line "When you find your girlfriend is a guy," you can go on the website. We'll upload a video of Foy singing that. If you want to see him live, 6th of December in Roisin in Galway, 7th of December in Whelan's in Dublin, and the new album is Joy of Nothing. Foy, thank you again.
Thank you, mate.
So like, oh man, this is crazy. Really appreciate everybody. Before I jump into the the show today. I definitely just want to talk about a couple things before I forget. So number one, man, gotta thank y'all. We've done 300 plus uploads. Y'all know it's mostly our daily live streams. Man, it's just an incredible journey to think about this channel, especially the YouTube channel, because in reality, I started Pocket Locker 86 on Twitch. Always planned to be a Twitch streamer. Never really planned to be out here on YouTube. Definitely was all about streaming WWE wrestling games and doing wrestling commentary and fantasy wrestling. And then that community kind of got into what I was doing in GTA with my club a little bit. So I used to, play some GTA on stream, kick it with my club, do church, do events and shit with my club like y'all see us do. And then, a little bit here and there, my science. And then I used to play drums a lot. I used to play drums with my place. I used to have my PlayStation camera set up in my old place and play drums and play different like pop and R&B covers. Went through a phase, obviously playing church music. Just all the iterations that the studio's been through over the years, all the different places I live. Thinking a bit lived even just in Michigan, even just, like while I was here in grad school. But the studio itself, I was thinking earlier, like the studio itself, I've always had this life, growing up. We had like a guest room where my computer and my drums were. And so that was like the early vision, because then my friends could come over. But, for us, that was just about having a place to shed so we could get ready for our gigs. But certainly when I got to college, certainly started recording and stuff. And it's just been a long-ass journey because I'm one of those people that really had a music studio because I'm a musician. And then I started live streaming. And, yeah, I just never saw any of this coming. And it's really has been a long journey. It's been years for me. I don't even remember how many. It's crazy because it's like, to think about it, it's like I've been in my club for going on 5 years, or maybe it is 5 years now. Yeah, it's December. Damn, years gone by quick. So I think I joined them about this time of year, 5 years ago. Yes, I've been streaming for a long ass time. Because I probably started my Twitch not too long after that. That's crazy. Damn. So, yeah, appreciate all y'all. 300 uploads on our YouTube channel. I'm sure we got plenty more to go. It's crazy. We had that streak of like 100 days in a row with the crazy streams. So we ended that streak one day. We were hanging out late on James's channel, and I just didn't happen to go live that day. But, we're in the middle of another historic run. Trying to make sure. I think that's incredible to count my runs in like 100-day pluses. That's an incredible thing to say to somebody. You want to get like me? Stream 100 days in a row and we'll chat. But yeah, man, I love y'all. This is so much fun. I feel so fortunate that people actually show up to watch me do these streams. Crazy thing is a bunch of people show up every day to watch me do these streams. The real magic is just the community that we've built, the way the vision continues to grow and evolve as the membership continues to grow and evolve, and just the way you guys have taken all of the energy and the ideas I put out there and kind of just run with it, which is a big help because it makes me look like I'm not totally crazy. Like, people actually get what I'm doing, which is probably the only reason I still have a job, to be honest. So thanks for that. Yeah, it's an incredible journey that we're on, and I always want to take a little moment to celebrate these type of achievements. But
yeah, it's really cool. I also want to let y'all know that we were able to help Uncle Bobby hopefully get his YouTube monetization going and his patron. So I joined his patron. So if y'all look at the link down in the description, Gin and Truth, the next time he uploads or the next couple times he uploads, hopefully he'll remember to include the description template we set up for him. Go ahead and subscribe to Uncle Bobby's patron. For $5 a month, he's gonna have like a little exclusive Discord channel for his patron members, and we're gonna do. He's gonna do like a couple movie nights and like a special Ask Me Anything episode for patron only members. So go ahead, support him that way. Y'all know that takes care of making sure your support gets through to him, and he doesn't have to worry about YouTube monetization and stuff. But also, he should have the super chat and the super thanks set up. So look for that, and he's also got a Venmo. So I was really quite honored to be able to help him get that stuff set up. So please do show him support and let me know how it goes, because if there's any issues with that stuff, let's say in the next week or so, we want to make sure we identify it so him and I can get it worked out. But yeah, I'm really excited for him. I'm trying to think. There's probably some other stuff, but that community got me feeling right. So let's go ahead and get into this program today, y'all. Really just some fun stuff. To be honest with you, it's a light day here for me because I'm not really busting out the crazy work like coding or meeting or programming or, sorry, I said that twice, or work stuff, because I have to do studio stuff, so I need to take care of business around the house. And I really want people to link up and gather, but y'all still YouTube centric, man. So I knew I had to get out here and get on this YouTube for a little bit. So y'all know we out here, so that y'all could just come and gather, man. But I'm telling y'all, I wish y'all got to get like me and Carrie Ann, man. Me and Carrie Ann being gathered as soon as we get up. You know what I mean? We just get up. I got up. Carrie Ann was like, I've been here since 7 o'clock. Chilling, watching movies, playing cards. My phone is going off. I don't know where it went. All right, so, man, there's some fun stuff. All right, let's have some fun, y'all. We got to, basically what we're going to do is we're going to roast Herschel Walker one last time. I'm very, very happy this man did not succeed in his bid to become senator. To be honest with you, I think in the end, I don't even think he wanted to. I think once that motherfucker realized what he had got himself into, he didn't really want no parts of, that real life. But this whole thing is not going away. And we have a really serious issue right now. And honestly, it's kind of interesting because in a way, I feel like what we do sometimes is we just say, hey, I need to laugh, and these people are fucking stupid as shit, so we're going to laugh at them. And so we have our fun at their expense. But the more and more I think about it, I actually think it's critical. I think it's what we need to do. And then I think it is actually like activism. Because there are certain things that go beyond agreeing to disagree. There's certain things that go beyond, a difference of opinion. Sometimes we have to call out the type of weaponized ignorance and stupidity that there's no reason for us to bargain with or to create space for or to be accommodating of. And since we're committed to not being violent, since we're committed to staying within the process, since we're committed to staying within, socially acceptable behavior, I actually think ridicule is an essential tool of nonviolent reform, quite frankly. So with that being in mind, with that being said, let's talk about these Republicans. Come on, y'all. These motherfuckers dumb as shit. Listen
Herschel
to this
has
shit.
said, he said in a book that he has multiple personality disorder, but he's beaten it. He's cured it. Doctors say that there's no cure to that. I'm talking about voting for somebody, sending them to Washington to be a senator with that malady. Does that give you pause at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I can't believe in Pennsylvania they voted for Fetterman, and he's a lot worse off. I can't believe they voted for Fetterman. And I just pray that Herschel makes it.
I'm a Bulldog fan. I've seen Herschel play twice, play Georgia Tech 2 years in a row, and anybody that don't vote for Herschel should never be allowed to say, "Go Dogs," ever again.
So it's about the football for you?
No, it's about he's a man that believes the same way I do, and I really don't give a rip.
Again, so Herschel Walker's a man that believes the same way he does, as opposed to Raphael Warnock, who happens to actually be a pastor in the religion that he claims they both believe together. Difference being, of course, Raphael Warnock actually lives like an actual Christian. Not that I give a fuck, but just stupid as shit.
About all this talk, political talk.
And what about Herschel saying that he admitted in his book that he's had multiple personality disorder, but he's cured it? There are doctors that say that there's no cure.
I was honestly thinking like unopposed. I don't know why. It reminded me of like when I ran for student body president in high school. Vice president in high school. Like I ran unopposed. Nobody was going to beat me, so nobody tried. Good looking out. But this should have been exactly the same situation. Like, just because the Republicans put somebody on the ballot doesn't mean you actually should vote for that person. Now, if they didn't have nobody to offer, then they shouldn't have offered anybody. I know that would have been unprecedented. Yeah, we're just going to concede the Senate seat from the state of Georgia because all of our candidates are dog shit. But that would have been the truth. But yeah, there's no excuse to vote for Herschel Walker. And this is actually, so we're making fun of them, but this is really the problem, right? And we've been trying to talk about this the last couple of days. There's this party loyalty thing in our country that basically amounts to religion. People have, in effect, a religious commitment to voting to the Republican Party. And just like their religious commitment to Jesus, they make idiots of themselves in order to keep themselves aligned with what they identify with. And that's what we're calling out. Because let's be clear, these people aren't that stupid. None of these people are that stupid. And to be honest, to tell the truth, and it might be the whiskey talking, but for real, I think them playing stupid is something that gets us off the hook. It's kind of like it allows us to not confront them the way we really need to confront them, because we write them off and what they say as stupid or ignorant or whatever. So then we can sort of check out like, well, trying to deal with them is a waste of time. When the truth is, if you got them to talk about anything else under the fucking sun, you would quickly realize these people are quite intelligent, quite perceptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, just flip their hate on them. Get them to talk about the other side or whatever, and all of a sudden they'll be talking about how perceptive they are, how critical they are, what they've noticed, how they piece everything together, all of this shit. So it's all a front. But in some sense, I'm always trying to critique us. Like, what are we doing wrong? And I think part of what we're doing wrong is we're almost letting the stupidity be a way out of the confrontation for us because of how ugly and uncomfortable it might have to get to really confront what these people are really about. But let me be clear again. These motherfuckers are not that stupid.
For that could come up any time. And electing a senator, does that play any role in your choice?
Like I said, I look at the man, I look at his heart, I see what he does and what he doesn't do.
I've heard him speak several times. He's an incredible...
Now again, I look at his heart and what he does and what he doesn't do. Yeah, that's it. Really? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's that old Christianese bullshit. That's that old, hey, I'm a white guy. There's some shit I'm supposed to be able to say, and after I say it, you're not supposed to challenge me. So, like, since I'm a white Christian, right, I'm going to be like, hey, I look at his heart, okay? And that could be anything, right? Once somebody says they look at somebody's heart, you could be like, well, you heard that they're a fucking axe murderer. And they'll be like, well, I believe they're trying to change their ways. And they'll be like, well, they did actually tweet this morning that axe murdering is like something they're ride or die with for life. And they'll be like, no, but see, I've seen them smile at their child in a way that lets me know there's still a spark in there of somebody that can transform the world in the name of Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah. Right? Like, that's just how these fuck faces are. Like, no. Just no. No. And also, like, seeing it, nigga, like what? Like, Herschel Walker? Like what? Like, you've been having, lunch with him over a series of months and have come to understand him in a way that the rest of us can't. Fuck out of here.
Person. Yeah, he had some stumbles and he addresses it and he learned from it and he says God uses him. I
do too. Translation, I realize he's an Uncle Ruckus. Exactly. No, seriously, Harley's quit. I could not agree with you more. I really hope they keep shitting all over early voting. It used to be their thing. And then once, like, anything decent, Democrats were like, yeah, let's push this more. It'll help everybody get out the vote. So just, it just is everything, right? They're always against the flow of progress and where most people are going to go with time. They're effectively, as we all really know it, we just don't say it often enough, they're on the wrong side of history about every fucking thing. And so this is just one of those fantastic examples where they shot themselves in the foot by not being about the early voting, then potentially had to deal with all the rain on their day of shit. And I just, and it's the same thing with Trump. Like, that's why I keep saying I hope that they have the same problem with Trump that we had with Biden, where they can't get away from him because he ends up being the most electable motherfucker they have, because who do they have that's gonna, deliver more votes in those pivotal moments at the day on the primaries, going into the general election. And so therefore I hope they're stuck with him. I don't want them to be able to get in bed with him and then, they go, oh, we've seen the light and we were so mistaken with Trump, but his policies were so good for us, right? And then they just host up like another Trumplican fucktard or no. Y'all got in bed with that nigga Trump, stay the fuck there. Nah, y'all Trumpist little fuck faces. And so I hope y'all had to ride with that nigga in 2024 and lose again, because that's what they deserve.
Him from that, but I am 100% behind him.
Going back to that multiple personality thing, that's something that we don't run across. I've covered lots of races.
It takes effort to be wrong on so many issues. That's perfect.
We don't run across someone about to get to the state house or the Senate or Congress or the mayor's office who has that affliction and unfortunately has it. Is there any pause that you go into that voting booth?
Because in the end, It's the voters who will decide if he is, when he's up for re-election. And I think that's what every candidate who wins, as who's representing, you have time to prove yourself. And then that's up to you. So you'll have the support, but again, what are you going to do? And are you going to follow up with what you said you were going to do?
He's just like a homeboy. That's what we like. He's one of us. You know, we're.
Sorry, y'all. This is one of them times where, like, I'm not even trying to, like, tell y'all anything. I just needed a moment for all of us to just sit in silence and think about what this bitch just said. Like, I couldn't let the tape keep going. She really just said, he's just like a homeboy. Like, nope, stop everything. Hang on, pause. Everybody sit in silence and think about it. The fuck you... If Herschel Walker is your homeboy, woo! You got homeboys like that, you need protection constantly. I don't know what you're talking about. Have you heard the stories of this nigga? Like, all right, so... This is actually really insightful for her to say this. I mean, of course, it just sounds silly and stupid, but this is sort of, I shouldn't even say sort of, it's the same thing, who was talking about this cliff, basically, right, where dumb is stupid. They like somebody because they sound quote-unquote down to earth, because they feel this person is relatable. In this motherfucker's case, because he's plain-spoken, which is because he's, let's face it, he's just not the fucking brightest motherfucker. He's not eloquent. He's not sharp. He's not good at this. But to them, that's like, oh, great. You're not good at this. Great. What a fucking qualification. And then he played football and he's big. Like, come on. Like, this is just dumb. And then the thing is, they're the right-wingers that are supposed to be the party of family values and God and all of this shit. And I hate to say it, like, I'm over here as a fucking atheist who doesn't even live in Georgia, sending money to Reverend Warnock, who's a fucking Christian preacher who, as far as anybody could tell, is all about trying his best to do the real Christian godly man community thing. And they like, yeah, we're going to just vote for Herschel Walker, who literally has done so much horrible shit and is so unqualified that, like, I'm getting tired and uncomfortable of even telling the Herschel Walker stories, because they're that dark that it's just like, just is what it is.
Human beings, and he knows our values, and we just want somebody that's just like us.
And
Not
then
true.
go one level deeper on that.
Come on, and she's got to know that's not true. And there's something so scary about this to me, where people have this thing where their entitlement means they can look you in the face when necessary, lie straight to you. And if you can't, if there's no law against it, or, you know, real consequence that comes from it, go fuck yourself. These people aren't dumb. They're just looking us in the face, and instead of saying go fuck yourself, they're like, well, yeah, I just, you know, it's the bless your heart thing, right? They really just want to say, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a shit. We just want our side to win. We don't give a fuck. But they know they don't want to say that, so they're like, bless your heart. No, we just, we just think Herschel believes like we believe, and he just reminds me of that neighborhood kid who I just really want to get behind him. I just think he's wonderful, and they say some stories about him, but I just see beyond all that. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Just like you, me, because I don't know. We just met. I can't tell them that we've known each other for years. So,
to me, the government's just corrupt. And
KCA, Randy, that's the mood, that's the vibe, that's the why. Social consequences have to be a thing, and we have to be the people that bring to bear those social consequences. When we
need people that has worked a job like we've worked. We've gone to college, and have done all this work that a lot of like Joe Biden, I don't think he's ever worked like a normal job. Has he? Cecil?
Been a politician.
Just he's
a lawyer and a politician.
He's just been, and I mean, we're out here, I'm on 2.
All right, so I'm gonna kick a couple of things to y'all right now. First off, the thought that Joe Biden, that's just silly. And number 2, I hate to say this, but the notion that being a politician isn't a quote unquote normal job, we kind of gotta get away from that, y'all. I guess that's one thing I could tell you from experience is that's stupid as shit. You can't have a functioning democracy if you're gonna then say the people whose job it is to execute that democracy are then not normal, regular citizens or whatever. Like, that's part of the problem too. That reifies the notion of a political class who, quote unquote, aren't normal people, rather than the reality that even if there are certain elected officials and other figures in politics who certainly might live abnormal or celebrity type lives based on the nature of their position or status, it really does disillusion the political class, which is just, for the most part, again, it's like, the people down at City Hall who, file the paperwork to make sure everybody's property taxes get, a lot of assessed properly with the federal government or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And the fuck faces to, sit on the school board and, make sure kids have the resources they need to get the latest school books. And unfortunately, right-wingers are fucking attacking them at their fucking meetings. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to alienate those people. And it becomes really easy to get caught up in that because of the sort of public vitriol that we often feel towards elected officials. But dude, that bothers me. Obviously, I was very close, and I've done a lot of work in that type of stuff, so that's like, don't talk about my people like that. But it's silly to have that mentality. Trust me, those are very normal jobs. And again, most of those people could be making a lot more money doing something else. Don't ever forget that.
Restaurants, and Biden keeps talking about 8% inflation. It's not. It's 120+%. And I'm right around here in the corner, and that's what we've been talking to Marjorie Taylor Greene and to Herschel about, that we got to have people in here like them that know what our problems are and that can get in there and correct it.
What are you excited about with Herschel Walker?
I'm here to support Herschel Walker because under President Biden, in just these past
it's just an easy thing to say without thinking about it.
Inflation,
unfortunately,
our energy independence is down. Stock market's not doing so good, and everything looking because I pay attention to the stock market and all that stuff with our economy. If this is not fixed and President Biden don't work with Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, we are probably going to get into a recession. We are going to get into a recession.
I'm excited about Herschel Walker running because the other guy, he's no good whatsoever.
Tell me what issues are bringing.
Like, I can't. Like, Y'all know me, bro. As soon as Raphael Warnock tried to celebrate his win, as soon as his religious shit came out his mouth, immediately I was ready to jump down and tell him, shut that shit down. I'm so sick of these fucking Christian politicians and their religious fucking nonsense in public. But even my atheist ass cannot bring myself to even imagine a universe under which I want to say Raphael Warnock is a terrible person. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's rich.
You out here, and what's exciting about Walker and why you don't like the other guy?
About the stuff that concerns me is the price of gas, the price of food. $5 for a loaf of bread is really outrageous. Same with a gallon of milk. Even eggs.
One thing I've learned in politics,
And is that blame you assign to Warnock or to Biden or to Trump or to?
It's Biden's fault. It's all his fault. Him and the Democrats.
In what way, though? I mean, I'm asking, like, in what way is the gas price the fault of the president?
Well, because he don't want to. He closed down all the pipelines. That and he won't let them drill. They're getting rid of, taking back the, what would you call it?
Well, I've been supporting Herschel for over 40 years, since he was at Georgia, USFL, NFL. Now he's going to run for the Senate, so I'm going to support him. So that's why I'm here.
And what about the politics of it? I mean, a lot of people are giving him a little flack for not being up to the job of senator. Even some Republicans in Georgia saying,
here we go.
Look, you're a great football player, but you might not be up to the task of Senate. How do you feel about that?
Well, he was bullied when he was little. And he overcame that, excelled, and now he's being bullied by the left. I think he will excel and be an excellent senator.
Well, that's true. He is being bullied by the left. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I will give him that. Oh, that was epic. All right, gang. We already got over 100 messages in chat for the day. Appreciate y'all so much. I dropped $1 million pocket change on everybody. Love y'all for that. Thanks for being so engaged. Y'all, that was funny. That was funny. I saw that earlier and I watched it with y'all, and I normally when I see something, y'all ruin my YouTube because normally when I see something I want to watch, I don't watch it. That one I watched because I wasn't planning to put it on the stream, and it was really funny. And then I decided to put it on the stream, and I was like, oh man, it was even good the second time. Oh man. Whew. All right, y'all, here we go. We're atheists, y'all. We're supposed to be able to share in our sin comfortably, right, without fear of reprise, because sin isn't real and Christians need to grow the fuck up. It feels good to make fun of stupid people. It just does. It just does, and I know that I shouldn't take my cognitive abilities for granted, and I'm likely going to become old and lose my cognitive faculties and be not happy as a result of the things that happen. And you know what? To be honest with you, y'all know I'm bipolar as fuck. So I've already done some awful things in life. Some just really bad, hurtful things to people, and others just silly, embarrassing, and not really damaging to anything other than the esteem of the person who does them. And you know, you live to tell or not tell the story, you know. But nevertheless, when it's someone else's cognitive deficiencies that are the subject of a YouTube video, I myself think that is great content. Yes, it is. It is. Because see, what happens is it's like this. It's this mix of emotions, right? Let's break down the storytelling, guys. Here's how it works. no matter how evil you are, like I myself, super heel, always willing to be the bad guy. Literally, my dream is to just be on the biggest, grandest stage of them all, you know, the WrestleMania of word wrestling entertainment. I just did the main event of SummerSlam, but we'll talk about that some other time. But next year, this year, I need to be at the main event of WrestleMania when I come out into that stadium and Word Wrestling Entertainment in the front of the millions and millions of Word Wrestling Entertainment fans. I want everyone to be booing me. Oh, yeah, I want that sweet, sweet heat. Oh, yeah, you know I'm about to ruin your night. You know I'm about to sexy boy all over your superheroes' plans to take the title. It's not going to happen. I'm here to ruin it. I'm here to ruin your night, and you know it. But I'm too goddamn entertaining for you to turn away. But even I see myself as a hero. I see myself as doing what I do because it's a necessary evil for a noble cause. And so when I see someone else who is stupid and dumb and they make themselves out there and I just can't turn away from their stupidity, I feel like it's noble of me to laugh at them, to ridicule them, because it makes me feel like I'm morally superior to them, even though my goal is to be as fucking evil as possible. I guess it makes me human. I guess it reminds me that deep down inside, I do have a heart, and I am human. And that heart lives for the humiliation of people with a low IQ. Yeah, I kind of... Whoa. Guys, I just realized humiliating people with a low IQ actually gives me hope, meaning, and purpose. I'm not saying that to mock Christians. I'm not saying that to mock Christians. I'm being serious. Mocking people with a low IQ gives me hope. I hope it happens again. I want to wake up tomorrow and see more of it, right? So there's the hope, right? I mean to do it. Like, it gives me meaning. Like, I'm like, guys, I have to share this with you. Guys, you have to see this. Guys, this is so important. Guys, this is critical. We critically have, guys, it's so it means so much to me that I have to share it with the world, right? Right? And it becomes my I day after day. Champions have championship responsibilities, y'all already know. Speaking of hope, meaning, and purpose, and hate fucking. Hate fuck of the year goes to...
Herschel Walker's defeat in Georgia is the last blow of a disappointing midterm election year for Republicans. And
Marjorie
the finger-pointing is fierce.
In an election year when it should have been a referendum.
No, not you.
On the current administration.
Where's evil sex machine?
Voters who voted for Brian Kemp, the Republican governor. That tells you we have a problem, right? Voters who are available to Brian Kemp, even in the Democratic suburbs. He didn't win, but he did much better than Herschel Walker. Why aren't they voting? Marjorie Taylor Greene says it's not Trump, it's because they wouldn't let people like me help Herschel Walker.
The audacity and really the frank rudeness.
Oh my fucking God. I wasn't ready. I honestly, all right, so the truth is when I set this up, I was like, we're going to talk about my hate fuck of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm going to put her on screen. I wasn't ready. I didn't actually look at it and hear her fucking voice. And I had to, pause myself to, gather myself here. First off, the hate boner is perpetual. But second of all, I actually forget when her name comes up how much I actually fucking hate this person. I forget that she actually embodies everything wrong with this fucking country inside of one fucking human being. I actually forget that my hatred of Marjorie Taylor fucking trash green is not a fucking joke at all. It's not a game. It's not a gimmick. It's not funny. It is like, I want to super kick this bitch in the face so hard and then do some Pornhub stuff to her for some odd reason, followed by let me not continue this before the CIA
the campaign
shows
consultants
up here.
and Mitch
Secret
McConnell and
Service is
Lindsey
about to
Graham,
be on my
where they
ass.
thought, we're going to keep Marjorie Taylor Greene away from Herschel Walker, and we don't need her voice at his campaign rallies and events where we're campaigning all over the state, I think is a really major mistake and an insult to me.
Did anybody hear anything she just said? Guys, I hate to do this to you, but I hate Marjorie Taylor Greene so much I have to listen to her more because I didn't hear a word she just said. Her voice is now so fucking irritating to me. I have to actually focus just so I can hear what she says because the sound of her goddamn voice is so fucking agitating.
The audacity and really the frank rudeness of the campaign consultants and Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, where they thought, we're going to keep Marjorie Taylor Greene away from Herschel Walker, and we don't need her voice at his campaign rallies and events where we're campaigning all over the state. I think is a really major mistake and an insult to me.
Ooh, see, that's why we hate fucking no. See, because after I light her up with that weed, and she get to run in that stupid mouth of hers that I want to super kick. So could you imagine? Y'all hating. Can you imagine kicking Marjorie Taylor Greene in the face? Exactly. You almost nut in your pants. Now stop acting like I'm the only one. All right. So the shade that she just threw at the party, I'm here for it though. It's like I hate listening to her. I hate to the sound of her voice, but then I listen. But then it's like I get me. It's like that Jay-Z lyric. You get return on your investment if attention you pay. It's like I actually worked hard to pay attention to her, and it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Think about that. Little Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was her state, y'all. This is the drama going on in this party. This party don't like each other. They like Christians. The only thing they got in common is they don't like the other side. Other than that, they all think the other one is wrong. They doing the no true Republican fallacy right in front of our eyes. To her credit, what did Sean talk about yesterday, y'all? What did Sean talk about yesterday, y'all? You got to remember what happens on this podcast. Sean was like, tell me why Marjorie Taylor Greene gets 68% of her voters. What? She holding down her district. She is going everywhere with Trump on tour. She is a social media star. Next, I'm being honest with you. All the polls, they been having her up in the top 5 Republican names in the country since she showed up on the scene. And y'all mean to tell me y'all need that Herschel Walker seat and y'all ain't want her to show up? Ooh, Marjorie Taylor spilling all the beans. Yep, y'all ain't together. Y'all ain't got it together. There's problems going on up in there. Whoo. I'm here for it. I want them all types to split up, angry, petty, cheap shots. And y'all know Marjorie Taylor Greene is all over the social media. So when she gets bitter,
Can you have a fact-based, fair, sometimes tough conversation about?
I was going to say this is like an episode of All My Children. I'm kidding. This is literally all our children. Like literally our senators are like, never mind. Y'all get it.
What went wrong and how do we make it right when you have when that is her view. She believes it.
I mean, two things. I don't want to draw too broad a stroke with Georgia because the Georgia suburbs are more diverse than they used to be, and yet it's the same state that could send Marjorie Taylor Greene right to Congress. I think you want to follow the money, though. If you're Peter Thiel, you just lost a bunch of cash into races where you were not successful. Mehmet Oz just saw what happened when he poured all his money into his race. Democrats were able to put their money to work in smarter ways around more consistent messaging, and they put way more ads on air, and they use them to define these candidates, not just in relation to Trump, but in relation to the actual platform of the party in so many ways, about Dobbs, abortion, and other things. So I think these senators feel bold now because they've had a couple voters come out and they feel like, oh God, okay, I don't have to be scared of Trump. But the truth is, if you don't have a Trump, what is your alternative vision for the ideal Republican candidate?
No, you intelligent black woman, you shut the fuck up. Oh, you fucking up the whole game, nigga. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, she's being brilliant right here. She's spot on. But the thing is, she giving the game away. Don't say it out loud. Don't say that. They're gonna pay attention. Don't. No. That's the whole point, y'all. We gotta delay as long as possible before we let these Republicans switch it up and try to build up a new Republican star. No. Y'all don't get to have a Trump alternative yet. No. Don't give it away. Don't encourage them. Nope. We're scared, y'all. Here's the truth. We should start lying like a motherfucker. Listen, y'all. Here's how I'm gonna start talking to y'all. We should be like, I'm gonna build Hunter Biden's laptops. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what, y'all? I'm really concerned because I think going into 2024, Joe Biden is too old. I think Hunter Biden's laptops is going to blow up and be the biggest political scandal in American history. And let's be honest, Joe Biden didn't even win the election in the first place. Okay, and so what I'm really concerned about is the Democrats definitely don't have anybody at all going into 2024. And I'm thinking that at the end of the day, if Trump runs, I'm going to have to vote for him. Yeah, guys, I've just been thinking about it. And the thing is, if you think about it, Trump got more votes than any sitting president in the history of the United States, right? And that by itself means he's the greatest president ever. And so I think if he puts his name on the ballot, I don't even know. Y'all, I'm going to have to go old school, y'all. I might go old school. Y'all know what old school mean? I'm about to teach y'all some old school. Woo! Papa gonna be proud of me. Nah, he gonna be mad as fuck that I said this shit to y'all. This is some real old school shit right here, y'all. Y'all should switch up your voter registration. Look, the midterms is over. We'll switch them back for the general elections, but here what you do. Let's all go to the voting registration place. Switch your registration to Republican. From now on, you are a Republican. I know you're pissed, but trust me on this. It's gonna work out. From now on, first off, I'm really enjoying this identity transform. I'm feeling like a real cult leader right now. Like, everybody been with this cult to the flying man shit. It's been beautiful. Everybody's been loving the community and the friendship and the streams and the science and all of the co-hosts. They were like, oh, this is so, we just had Friendsgiving, it's holiday season. This is so great. We all love each other. People been waiting for that other shoe to drop. They been like, where's the hook? Where's the hook? I know Jay gonna do some crazy shit. Where's the hook? Where's the hit? Where's the other foot? This is it, y'all. From now on, you're a Republican. All right, sit there and think about it for a minute. Oh, I love it. This is some real cult shit. I'm really fucking up your whole identity right now. But seriously, you need to go re-register as a Republican. All right? So here's what we do. From now on, we're all registered as Republican. All right, and from now until the 2024 primary, every time they call us, every time we do a poll, we Trump or die. We are Trump or die Trumpletons. Why? Because then at the last minute, we're going to switch up and vote Democratic anyway. The point is we have to do everything we can to pump up Republican dependency on Donald Trump's failing, perpetually criminal ass. Yeah, why? I'm not trying to let y'all off this Trump train. Nope. Y'all know how many people y'all killed as a result of this Trump shit? You want to talk some real shit, America? You know how much shit that fucked up as a result of this Trump shit? Oh, you think I'm ready to finna let them just switch up? Like they ain't know all along what this shit was about? But as long as they could strong arm the fucking Constitution on some Trump shit, they ain't give a shit. So now when we had to step up and fucking respond, and now that they see where it's ultimately going to be, they trying to jump ship. No. No. Let's keep them Trump numbers strong. Let's keep Trump all the way in the game. No. Y'all told us he was the greatest president. He had the best policies, all of that shit. Come on then. Come on with it then. Play that hand. Let's go.
It's an interesting point because Mike Braun was one of those senators. He's leaving the Senate to go run for Indiana governor, and his point was we need to also explain what we're for. I think that's your point. Make a policy argument because the Democrats were making policy arguments, but you're trying to make that argument where you're only declared candidate for president right now, if you're a Republican thinking about 2024, is Donald J. Trump. And Karl Rove, who helped George W. Bush win the White House, says we ought to realize that Trump endorsement is not an inducement to support that candidate, but a warning to beware. I think you could edit that a bit to say it may well help in the primary to support a candidate, but in the general election, that's the beware.
And I think, the lesson is crystal clear from this midterm, and Karl Rove hit it on the head. But what it doesn't really tell us is what this means for Donald Trump in a presidential primary of his own. If he looks weaker now, oh, wow, maybe 12 or 15 other Republicans will say, I can beat him. Well, that's how he succeeded the first time in 2015 and 2016.
Let's
so
do it.
In many respects, in Florida, they're saying, bring it on. He wants a big field. But I think the reality here is I was in Georgia, and one thing that Herschel Walker didn't do, he didn't change his message at all or appeal to those voters. He wanted Marjorie Taylor Greene's district. That was not his problem. His problem was, as Audie said, of course, it's a very diverse and different state, but his problem was not in her district.
All right. Brian Kemp won by nearly 300,000 votes. There were plenty of voters.
Okay, but that's not her complaint, though. Let's not get it twisted. That's not her complaint. Of course he won in her district. She's from a red-ass fuck district. She got 70% of the vote in her district. What the fuck do you think her district look like? The criticism is she's one of the biggest fucking stars in the Republican Party, and y'all didn't try to get her help. I hate to say it's almost a bigger criticism than the criticism that he didn't use Trump. Trump's in a lot of hot water right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't in no hot water right now. It's just interesting. I really do think, what I'm trying to get at, I really do think that there's a broader disdain for the whole Trumplican movement that is really playing itself out. And I have my suspicions, to be very, very honest with you, that the Republican Party essentially phoned in this election, especially the the runoff. And I think I don't think they've always been uncomfortable with this thing, but I really do think they're trying to get out of bed with Trump, and the easiest way to do it is just conveniently be outspent when by the Democrats. Very interesting stuff. All right, guys, let's talk about YouTube being a fuckhead, but also showing off a really great content creator that YouTube Punk turned us on to. YouTube Punk is always recommending incredible content, so if you see him drop something in the Discord, check it out. But this Napoleon blown apart person is wonderful. I can really relate to this. I'm sure Uncle Bobby's going to be thinking a lot about this type of stuff now that his channel is over that monetization threshold, and it's also a way to just show you guys Napoleon blown apart and show some love to a content creator. Certainly deserves it.
Being a creator on YouTube is kind of like being a student at Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, there's a lot of fun activities to take part in and the scenery is beautiful, but there's also the looming threat of having your channel or videos straight up fucking murdered for no discernible reason. By now you've probably seen other videos from much more successful creators than me talking about issues such as copyright strikes, demonetization, age restricting videos. Bitching about YouTube is like this season's fidget spinner. I'm confident that if you interviewed 100 creators across
Yeah, it happens all the time, actually. So part of what prompted me to share this with you was Uncle Bobby and I's stream. Was interesting. It wasn't the same type of thing where YouTube yanked it, but Uncle Bobby, I guess it was like one of them situations where we were critiquing Mr. Let Go, and so I guess the way YouTube handles it was like, he gets the monetization. He would get the monetization from Uncle Bobby's video critiquing him, but Uncle Bobby's like, fuck that. But yeah, that's the type of shit that goes on too. And I guess I should have mentioned that because that's one of the things that this particular content creator doesn't deal with, but that does happen in our shit. So for instance, like if we make content critiquing somebody, then, they could make the copyright claim and then they get any income generated from your content, even though, arguably you're making original content, and number two, you're critiquing their shit. So it ends up just being a fucking nightmare. And then you have this other phenomenon that I don't think comes up here too, which is like, it's almost like hate advertising, where you're the people advertising on your channel are not brands or companies or products that you would endorse or that even, find your content to be something that they would want to be associated with, but quite the opposite. They use it to like advertise on the channels that are basically criticizing them and shit like that. So, or like from the opposite side. So if you're an atheist, then you'll find all these like Christian organizations like advertising on your channel. It's like this. It's almost. It reminds me very much of the people who like hate watch our channels like almost as much or more than some of our biggest fans. It's like fucking weird.
Varying levels of success, 99 of them would tell you they're unhappy with YouTube in its current form, and the one happy one would be this cunt. I'm no stranger to having my videos demonetized. In fact, till this day, the only video I ever successfully monetized was the catastrophic combat sports career of CM Punk, a video which only lasted 5 days on YouTube before being blocked worldwide and killing any potential revenue. My most recent video, part 1 of the rise and fall of the Ultimate Fighter, lasted an entire 8 days before YouTube did to it what Dana White tried to do to Nate Diaz when he made the Khamzat Chimaev fight. How'd that work out for you, Dana? The Tough video was age restricted, and while age restriction might not sound like a big deal, after all, impressionable children shouldn't be exposed to the rampant sex appeal of Jeff Monson.
You like watching people get fucked?
Or a man whose brain has the smoothness of a greased bowling ball.
That's interesting, UC Love. I'll look into that and keep that in mind. I actually had a stream pulled last week. It was very interesting because I've had a warning on my channel, like an actual content strike warning, which sucked, right? Because that was a thing where we were doing a movie night, and it could have been the movie, but for the most part, when that happens, it would have been a content thing. What we instead got was like a spam and deceptive practices thing, and so I think it was a sex bot thing sometimes, because you are responsible for those type of things, especially if they come up on the screen and shit like all this, because like it's like the spam, porn, all that type of stuff is in that category. So you get a warning for something like that, which isn't even something you do, or that you try to deal with it as best you can. Like you delete the thing, you block the things. That's what you have mods for. You have a bot on top of it. It's crazy. And then the other night, like we got a stream pulled, and then that got the channel suspended for a week. And then I had to appeal it and be like, we ain't doing anything. And then YouTube was like, oh yeah, you didn't do anything. Here's your channel back. But at that point they pulled your stream, right? So like for us that night, we just went and did the stream, and then it was a really fun night too, because it was like it was like in the middle of Kanye's manic anti-Semitic episode. So it was super funny because we had talked about the shit storm that Kanye started the night before, pretty much with his Trump dinner. And then later, Kanye did the fucking the Alex Jones thing happened like while we were doing that stream. So we went live again and we were like, emergency stream, like Kanye fucked up again. And then we fucking ended that stream. And then Kanye did the fucking swastika fucking Star of David remix logo in Photoshop. And we did another stream like, wait, while we were doing that stream, Kanye strikes again. That shit was epically funny. But we did it all on Hunter Biden's laptops because the Pocket Locker 86 count was suspended. It's fine. We just, it happens over the channels. But yeah. And so then they unsuspended it, but it was like the moment has kind of passed and, that content was on another channel already. So it kind of sucked.
Brendan Schaub. Dicey. But age restricting a video prevents kids from watching it in much the same way that being decapitated by guillotine prevents you from getting headaches. Age gating a video means it won't get recommended to people anymore, won't get promoted by the algorithm, and for all intents and purposes, it may as well not even exist. Age restrictions also don't tell you what exactly it was in your video that caused the age restriction in the first place, so you could re-edit and re-upload the whole thing, only for it to get blocked yet again because you didn't censor the right part.
And not that anybody cares, but this is especially something problemsome for people who make long-form content like I do, because there's just so much that, you have no idea over the course of, say, a 2-hour stream, what exactly it was. There are times where it does tell you exactly what it was, and, like say it's a song you played or something, and it'll show you a little section exactly there, and then shorter form things, you can tell it to trim that section out. Although if you're responding and reacting to that, then that's going to be an issue. But yeah, and it kind of, it'll ruin your video. So it's just a thing people are dealing with. It's one of the reasons, again, like you guys know, I'm always trying to push people towards supporting content creators, in other ways. Of course, super chats and super thanks are great, but of course, YouTube takes a pretty big chunk of those things. So I think that's why people do go towards patrons and website memberships. My ultimate thing is going to be website memberships. I already know that. Just because I follow the model of, I think, some content creators who have figured this stuff out before me, like David Pakman. And you guys, it's just something I talk about more as I become aware of it more, because I'm always interested in what the model of independent support looks like. I was that same way when it came to music. Like, the difference between, say, an artist who signs a big contract with the record label, but the contract's really no good, and if they get shelved and don't, sell massive units, which could happen exactly because the record label shelved them. By shelved, I just mean the record company decides not to spend any money promoting your album or putting a lot of money into its production or putting money into putting you on tour and stuff like that. And so effectively you don't ever get the sales to recoup what's put in your advance. And so you end up, it's not sustainable. You end up broke and in debt with no rights essentially to your music, maybe until you come out from under however many years or contracts years or projects you've put in the contract, versus, say, a local cover band who, plays 3 or 4 bars regularly, plenty of wedding gigs and, event type of gigs from their fan base, the oddball, big time recording gig, or they get called up to do American Idol or some shit like that, or play guitar for a touring artist, whatever, once in a while, and they live really good lives, right? They buy nice houses, drive new cars, they live really, really nice, comfortable, quite sustainable lives, and they're playing music 5 nights a week or 4 or 5 nights a week, and they have band rehearsal with their buddies, and they live the life, So it's interesting, and that's kind of what YouTube can do, right? Like, but you got to set it up right, and you don't want to overinvest your audience in a mode of supporting you that ultimately isn't the best.
All of this would be less frustrating if there wasn't a fucking option that you have to tick when uploading a video that makes you explicitly state that the video you're uploading isn't intended for children. If I tick that box and it passes all relevant copyright checks that YouTube scans every upload for, then that should be it.
And this needs to just be a permanent thing for your channel, or like a default for your videos. It's ridiculous that people have to think about this each time. Should be. I think mine is kind of set to be that way, but I don't think it is. Like, it's ridiculous, because on Twitch you can just set that your channel is not intended for people under 18 and do it once and you're done. YouTube is fucking awful.
YouTube doesn't get to do a mulligan a week or a month later and decide it's suddenly become more offensive than the gringo pappy was to Mexicans. And make no mistake, this isn't me crying about lost revenue. I don't make any money from YouTube off these videos anyway. The only money I make is from the real ones who help me out on Patreon, those who buy t-shirts, or those who make one-off donations on PayPal. But what I do care about is that this video, a piece of work that took me 2 months to write and edit single-handedly, on top of working a 9-to-5 job and putting my 3 cats through college, actually has a chance to be seen by people. And these random age restrictions make sure next to no one will see this video now. To create on YouTube is to be in a constant state of anxiety. I do it because I love MMA, I love the community.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a Herschel Walker stream the other night, and I pulled it. Simply because I played a bit of music on there that probably was fine, but for some reason I got so nervous about it, I just pulled the whole stream. And the reason was because the incident before, right, where the stream got pulled, even though that stream got pulled for no reason, it made me so nervous that I didn't do something I pretty much do all the time, because even if that content that I was worried about wasn't good to go, the worst that probably would have happened was it would have just been like a normal content claim, something that I know I'm aware of, and I happen all the time. I'm fine risking that. But just because, like he said, I just wanted to acknowledge what he said. Like, there really is this perpetual state of anxiety where anytime you do, essentially, and it also forces sometimes content creators to become more regimented, because you figure out certain paths that are safe and clear, and then people don't want to stray from that because it's very risky, especially people who are, again, above that monetization threshold or come to like or depend on their, income from YouTube. It's and even for people below that threshold, because of a couple things. Number one, like they say, your content is perpetually in threat, and then on top of that, when you get towards something like monetization or whatever, you have to go through the approval process. And that is part of how YouTube is going to assess whether your channel is monetizable. So if you get over the monetization threshold through your hard work and creativity or whatever the fuck, and YouTube just goes through and decides, well, we would demonetize all your streams anyway, so they can technically just say, we don't care that you have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. You're not eligible for the monetization program. So they don't have to put you in the monetization program. It's a case-by-case assessment. So that means even people below it have to worry about it because it could be a problem. And then even if you get accepted into the partnership program, all of your content's risky. So, hey.
Community that's built up around these
Patron and t-shirts
videos, and I want to tell the stories of this fucking bizarre sport in a way that very few other channels had been doing. But spending months of my spare time writing, editing, waking up at 3 a.m. to write down the lyrics to Real Irishman after they came to me in a dream.
That happened.
You go through all that only to be struck by the existential dread of hitting the upload button and waiting to see if the blocked worldwide icon is going to appear. If you manage to avoid the initial worldwide block, then you spend the next week or two wondering if the video is going to get removed for copyright or age-gated. Eventually, after long enough, if the video stays online and avoids age restriction or blocking, you can relax and move on to the next project, but your work is never safe. I'll give you a peek behind the curtain here and show you just how badly my videos are getting hammered by YouTube. Okay, so here is the channel page behind the scenes. This is the uploads page. So this is the original version of the Ultimate Fighter video. You can see it's been partially blocked. It's ineligible for monetization. It's had a copyright claim and has been age restricted by YouTube. All of that on one video. And to really confuse things, here's the re-upload of the video that I just did last night. There is no difference between these two videos whatsoever. The only slight difference is that I used pixelation to censor the scene of Chris Lieben taking a piss in the Tough video. But aside from that, it's got the exact same amount of footage, the exact same footage, yet this one has been flagged for copyright and this one hasn't. This is the re-upload of the CM Punk video. As you can see, it's partially blocked, ineligible for monetization, and copyright claims on it. And here's the original version of the CM Punk video. It was blocked worldwide, ineligible, copyright claim, and age restricted. And for real shits and giggles, what fucking happened with this video was it got blocked, and then a month after it got blocked, they put a fucking age restriction on it. A video that couldn't be seen by anyone because it was blocked got age restricted. Like, how the fuck does that make any sense? I could change my videos in order to better please the eldritch gods of the algorithm. I could swear less, use copyright-friendly music, remove actual fight footage and just use stock footage.
I've done all of this before, and you'll probably see us do it again. In a sense, I sort of wore it like a badge of honor. Because y'all know I'm a producer and I'm into production stuff, and so part of producing Los Santos Championship Wrestling, and for us it'll be like the Word Wrestling Entertainment that we do in the game, is you have to build that roster, and building the roster with all the created wrestlers is, as I'm sure you can imagine, quite a bit of work. But then because of this situation with the DMCA stuff on Twitch, we found, by we I mean me and especially Mashed Potato, who was one of the OG mods of this channel, the OG super mod, OG super mod overlord, who was a teenager, preteen when he became a mod on this channel. Motherfucker's been watching me since middle school. But he helped me find music to fit all the wrestlers. He's great at that. And, we'd have to keep this big-ass spreadsheet, right? And then when we'd put together the shows and edit them, we'd have to, cut in the right music for our wrestlers and, make the game setting so that when we record the scenes, it doesn't play the theme music so we could add it later. It was, we made doing all that part of the stream, and that's where, you know, sort of the model for me comes from, of like, you just got to stream all the fucking bullshit you got to do behind the scenes because it's a fucking nightmare, and otherwise you're just you know, you're sitting in the chair doing all this shit, and you know, you could be live, and that's the new meta, right, is feed the fucking machine. That's why everybody does live streams. There's no editing, there's no post, there's no, you know, you do it and then it's done. But anyway, yeah, this is all a fucking nightmare, honestly. And YouTube's so big that they could do something about it. Really, there needs to be reform in the DMCA policies. It's one of the very many important issues that gets overlooked when you're perpetually fighting a fucking meaningless culture war. But YouTube definitely has the type of leverage that they could be helpful in this fight, and instead they're just literally throwing their content creators under the bus and making them bear the burden, and it's ridiculous.
But at that point, the video isn't a video I'd want to make, and I don't think it's what you'd want to watch. I have edited and re-uploaded my tough video simply because it really stings to think that this video is going to be stuck in YouTube purgatory after all the work that went into it. I know it's kind of annoying to see a new upload alert only to find out it's a re-upload, and I'm sorry about that, but it's kind of out of my hands. The worst part of all this is that the original version of the video was straight up endorsed by Paddy fucking Pimblett himself. We even had a back and forth in the comments. He's basically my best friend now. And Blacksmith, the musician who wrote that fantastic piece of drum and bass in the outro of the video, also took the time to comment. These are the kind of endorsements bigger channels would spend money to get. The kind of recognition that I never thought I'd ever receive, and now YouTube has buried it for no reason whatsoever. And I apologise for whining about this situation. In reality, there are a lot bigger things to be worried about, from war in Ukraine to the spiralling cost of living. And honestly, I debated about whether to even make this video or not, but in the end I decided maybe if enough people complain about how YouTube treats its creators, they might actually listen. In closing, YouTube needs to do better. Without talented creators, this site is nothing. Just a featureless beige conglomerate of top 10 lists, glorified BuzzFeed articles, or dickheads like the Paul brothers trying to sell you an NFT of their assholes in their latest crypto rug pull. Now, if YouTube will allow me, I've got a fucking Ultimate Fighter Part 2 to write.
Fucking love Napoleon blown apart. Let's drop the channel link. Check this out, gang. Boom. 300 uploads. December 3rd. All right, so let me get this link up here real quick.
Hello, good evening, or afternoon. Everyone can watch these videos. It can be any time in the world when you watch these. Hello. I'm not streaming today because I feel unwell. Anyone who's watched my recent streams will know why. But I'm getting better. If I look sweaty, it's because it's warm. And also because I had an invigorating walk. You should have seen me. I was out there power striding like a guy who will be 30 soon, you know, really taking care of myself. Anyway, jokes aside, I wanted to reiterate something incredibly important that I have talked about before, but I wanted to deliver it in a sort of clear and concise package, not only for the benefit of my audience, but in case they wanted to show something like this to anyone they know. So, hello, person who knows a person who watches me, maybe. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I want to talk about democracy really quickly. Democracy kind of sucks, but it's also all we have. It's not a great system as we implement it. I don't think any place in the world implements it particularly well. But you know what? It's the least terrible thing we've got, which is more than can be said about a lot of things in the world. And I care a lot about democracy. You know, I often think that my fellow Americans, my compatriots, my peers, make poor decisions when it comes to who they vote for and what they vote for. But I am happy to live in a country where that is a choice they get to make. And for the longest time, in my work on my channel, I have strived to make political change in the way you're supposed to in a democracy, which is changing people's minds. As long as that's a thing you can do, as long as the system is receptive to what the people want, and the things the people want can be changed, updated, altered based on new evidence or better arguments, that's something worth preserving. And I fear that the preservation is now coming to an end, because we may well be in the twilight hours of our democracy. Not exaggerating when I say that, you know, there are plenty of threats to democracy. They're present all the time, you know. Attempts to undermine our legal system or to introduce laws that are disruptive to our ability to proceed with a fair election. Attacks on democracy are a pretty frequent thing and near unavoidable thing in a democracy. This might well be its end. So I have here an article from Democracy Now!
So our main YouTube punk is the person who turned me on the Vouch, and the content is always phenomenal. Like what he did with his overlay here. Clean. But yeah, you know how it is, gang. A lot of content creators. I do, you know, check out some of the stuff YouTube punk pops over once in a while, but I kind of just refreshingly remembered how much I like the voice, man. Really, really fantastic voice and presentation, but really making a critical point here. And this is definitely how I feel, but I feel like, I don't know. It's this weird thing. It's like, are we taking it seriously enough? How seriously can we take it? What can we really do? I don't know. I only want to listen to like a few more minutes of this, but I definitely think I'll probably play the rest of it and gather after the stream.
A partisan website to be sure, but you can find similar articles all over the place. A Supreme Court argument is going to be heard soon. Not right this moment, because it is a summer recess for the fine Supreme Court justices, but it's Moore v. Harper, a case which seeks to reinstate gerrymandered congressional maps that were struck down by North Carolina's highest court. The basic thing is this. So there were a set of congressional maps that were built that were heavily gerrymandered, just like really biased, and they were struck down by the court of North Carolina, the highest court. And there was an appeal, and now they're throwing it to the Supreme Court. Basically, do we have a right to draw gerrymandered districts and not have them be struck down? See, this harkens to what is known as the independent state legislator doctrine, which is basically the idea that because the Constitution technically defers the power of election regulations to the state legislators, that would mean that the state legislators are the only institutions that get to dictate the direction of federal elections within their borders, which is weird because that would mean that state legislators...
Yeah, they're just removing judges from the process altogether.
Republican state legislator, they would be able to, on their own, with no supervision, draft congressional districts, or decide what gets done with state electors, even if it defies the will of their state Supreme Court.
All right, y'all, you know we got to do the no's on them. You know we got to get the no's on them. What are the no's? You got to make beautiful music out of simply the word no that expresses your utter rejection of all of the bullshit that you were hearing. But we got to get it Holiday edition. No, 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 no. You feel me? No, 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 no.
Even if the state's judiciary rules it against their state constitution, it doesn't matter. The legislators could do like anything. Funnily enough, this doesn't apply to state elections, so they would actually need to have like two different systems. It's really, really complicated and weird. See, our Constitution is designed to be a living document, to evolve and be interpreted to fit the needs of the modern era. And while that can be a good thing, it also means that it's necessarily really vague about a lot of the direct prescriptions that it makes, because it wants to leave wiggle room for things to change in the future. But if you have a really bad faith set of Supreme Court judges, you know, hypothetically, they could start stripping away everything not specifically written in the Constitution. You know, a lot of the value of the Constitution and its amendments are the fact that it can be, they can be interpreted in ways that, you know, benefit the public good, the right to gay marriage, the right to interracial marriage secured by the federal government. These things aren't enshrined in the Constitution.
I got to be honest with you. It's an utter disgrace that interracial marriage has not been enshrined in the Constitution. But let me tell you very clearly, we must protect this very, very fundamental American right. The new America is a melting pot, goddammit. And interracial marriage is going to be the new norm. Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Constitution, they're just interpretations of rules listed in the Constitution, not rules themselves, which means the Supreme Court can giveth and taketh away. So too exists the ability for the state Supreme Court and the state governor and the state constitution to regulate really bad legislator-drawn, gerrymandered voting districts. I don't want to undersell the severity of this problem, because what this effectively means is that state legislators could gerrymander into oblivion. I mean, virtually limitless gerrymandering. I mean, we're talking joke maps here, you know? They could do whatever the hell they wanted, and they could just, if things got that far, they could just, you know, refuse to send the state electors in a way which respects the voting wishes of the population of that state. In essence, it would give a state total control over the output of federal politicians produced from it, both legislatively and in the presidential electors.
Nope.
I don't want to beat around the bush here. The Republican Party committed pretty hard to the Biden stole the election thing. They are no strangers to the idea of just flat out overturning the Democratic rule. There are already state Republican parties that are officially saying that Biden did not properly win in 2020. The Texas GOP did that just recently, alongside a bunch of psychotic stuff. There are multiple state legislators that have already begun to purge and renew their electors to keep them in line. All evidence points to the idea that if the Supreme Court is successful in ruling on the most extreme version of the independent state legislator doctrine, which it seems like they might do, it would effectively be the end of democracy in our country.
All right, so we're gonna pick that up and gather. But yeah, this is man, I think it's a really great piece. I want to thank you too, Punk, for sending this. I think this is like a super big deal, right? And it feels so weird because I remember when the Roe v. Wade decision was first announced, right? Remember, it was leaked way before they actually did it. We had a fun stream about it, birthday bash for a generation of unborn babies. And then it was so crazy, like when it actually happened, of course, I think people it was big news when that happened, but it was obviously so crazy when they really did it. And the crazy thing is this, especially key members of this Supreme Court have already pretty much told us their intentions and told us how far they're willing to go with all of this nonsense. So, I mean, to not take this type of thing seriously is unwise, to put it mildly. But let's shift the focus from what is unwise to what is absolute, undeniable evidence of my absolute, sheer, undoctrinated, is that the word? Brilliance. What? Y'all, listen. I have gone where no man has gone before. I got to tell you, the one thing I think is really true about me that Uncle Bobby says is that I deserve like 1,900 PhDs. See, what I did probably while you were sleeping or splooging all over yourself following a long session of jerking off is I went to MIT, took some preliminary electrical engineering courses, then transferred to Carnegie Mellon, triple majored in electrical engineering, computer programming, and gaming design, then went on to get my PhD at the University of Texas at Austin in human device interfacing for the 25th century. And as a result of the dissertation that I wrote on how to map the most incredible devices to the most incredible games that have ever existed, I have now successfully solved the fucking gaming problem to end all gaming problems. Yes, you see, to take our community's intimacy and socialization to the next level and help us take over the world. How can we take over the internet if we are not having our fair share of Mario Kart parties? Yes. And now that I have posed the question, you realize how essential this is to the vision. There's no way we are going to be able to take over the internet if we cannot link up with the gang and play Mario Kart Tour. So, number one, your broke ass needs to get Mario Kart Tour on your mobile device. And before I hear your excuses and your blase and your glavinoids, you can get it on Android, you can get it on iOS, and it's free. Yes, see, that's why it's essential to the vision. Because it's free. Because I already know you're broke. All right, so listen. Now, what you got to do is what you got to do. You get this Mario Kart Tour. And believe it or not, you can play it just on your phone. It's designed to be played on your phone. So I don't want to hear any excuses from you who just can't keep up. The game was designed to be played on a touch screen, so all you little touch screeners who are native on your devices, no, I don't want to hear bullshit from you because all the quote-unquote pros are on their little touch screen playing a little game, having a little Mario Kart tournaments, climbing up the leaderboards. But for those of you that can't resist the old school touch and feel of the wonderful gaming controllers on the market today, even though this game offers absolutely no native controller support, even though figuring out which app you need to use to do the what, the what, and who to do the what to who was, let's just say it took some time. But given PhDs number 3 through 39, I was finally able to figure it out. And therefore, I am the King of Kings and Lord of Lords because I am probably the first human being ever to properly solve the Mario Kart problem. And you can go look it up if you want to. You'll find a solution. And if you try that solution, you'll find that that solution is no longer a solution. So, looks like you're stuck with me. But once it is done, oh man, are we talking about a glorious experience, folks? So let's switch it on up so that you can see this in all of its glory. First of all, what's going on over here? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right, all we want to do is Mario Kart Party. All right, now let's get it going. You launch this little thingy. All right, here we go, gang. This shit is about to get real. It's about to get real. Where'd you go? Since my baby left me. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do this. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. A little smart view. Right there. Right there. Let's try double. Why not? Let's go for it. Oh yeah, it's Mario Kart Tour on my phone. Yup. Oh shit, why am I going this way? Oh shit, wait, hold up. There we go. There it is. You see it. That's right, folks. That you see. That's whoop. That's right. He's using the controller. Whoop. Nah, sorry. Nah, you can't. What are you doing? What are y'all doing? Nah, you gotta go. Nah, we gotta go. Sorry. Gotta zoom on him. Little drift here. Yup. Go see who's doing it. Ain't nobody got leave that. Whoop. Let's go. Zoom on him. There it is. Zoom on him. Yup. Sorry, we gotta go. We gotta go. Oh no! Get out of that! Boom. Hit it. Boom. Let's go. Leave it for him. Go. It's the eye of the tiger. I want a trophy. I don't give a shit about coins. Leave that banana. Woo! Leave it for him. Oh no. Gotta skirt, skeet, skedaddle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? Get like me. Get like me. What you doing? What you doing? Let me see. What you doing? Oh, you want to figure it out? Yeah, I might. You be lucky. I might make you a tutorial. I might make you a tutorial. That's how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah. You need to get that Mario Kart Tour. Anyway, look, I got studio tour, studio remake stuff to do. So we're in Gather. Come link up with the gang and Gather. We're gonna watch our shows, watch our movies, have some fun. And then later it's gonna be Pinochle, Mario Kart Tour. Oh yeah, we figured it out. Get your Mario Kart Tour on, y'all. In the name of the Darwin, the Dawkins, and the Christopher Hitchens. Science bless y'all. Poof!
Zach? Why she wanna leave me alone? Saying all I do is wrong. No rights when it been left turns. Playing that she gotta let it burn. Saying that the hell's not a home. Sunshine cause you heard it all before. Sometimes she don't wanna be alone. Most times she don't want me gone. She don't know I try my all. She don't know I sprung in the sun, but I'm going in the winter, so we good to the fall. Remember how I told you I get it and I win. Now I'm got it, you ain't answer my call. Wonder if I've been moving too strong. Maybe I just been moving too balls. Really hate when the feeling get lost. Nowadays she just dodge my calls. In the game throwing laws like Paul. Young legend Miss John like Wall. And I wish you never met like Carl. Thick game, lay it down like law. Made plans but you canceled them all. I was just trying to splurge in the mall. Now I'm home stacking bread till you call.
It's time to roll. She tryna slide. We smoking Zah. Stop acting shy. Cause you a demon when I get between your thighs, girl. You like my rib, you know I need you by my side, girl. It's time to roll. She tryna ride. We smoking. Stop acting shy. Cause you a demon when I get between your thighs, girl. You like my rib, you know I need you by my side, girl.
We smoking that side. I'm trying to get high. She said that she not ready for lust. I waste my time. I got demons in my closet. I can't hide. I did all my exes wrong. They wish I died. Damn, I tried. They won't believe me when I say this. Oh my God. What a blessing. Hello, Phoenix. That's my twin. I told these hoes they won't get my heart again. Not again. Cause they were missing when I needed just a friend.
They were missing. Yeah, they always missing. They don't want no smoke. They hit the blunt and started tripping. My daughter about to be 5. I ain't got no time to be bitching. I'm still reminiscing. We ain't had no food in the kitchen. I gotta go stack. I'm waiting, know I'm heading, but I'm going out. I hit the side, now your sack feel like I'm throwing up. And I just took another perk, cause one wasn't enough. Yeah. It's time to roll. She tryna slide. We smoking Zah. Stop acting shy. Cause you a demon when I get between your thighs, girl. You like my rib, you know I need you by my side, girl. It's time to roll. She tryna slide. We smoking. Stop acting shy. Cause you a demon.